Hi, Chad. Hi. Hello, Chad. Hi. Hi. How we doing? Hi. Hi, Chad. Hi. How's everyone? Hi. 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 We got quite a day in front of us, and I have only one ice cream in front of me. I am sorry, I will be eating it while we're gonna be streaming. Hold on, let me lower the music a bit. It is very cool music, but it's very loud. How's everyone? Hope everyone's doing good. I still need to figure out how to add both chats, like from both YouTube and Twitch, on my screen. Eventually, I'll figure out. There are some options, but they're a bit buggy. ChaosBot, for example, puts Twitch messages in doubles for some reason. It can do, like, I'm either going to have ChaosBot for YouTube chat, and I'm going to have chat is for Twitch chat, and I'm going to have two separate chats on my screen instead of just one combined one. And it's just, no, that's pain. That's just pain. that's too cluttery. And it's gonna alienate people when I talk to someone they do not see in chat. It's gonna be weird. I don't know. We will see. We will see. Right, we got quite a day ahead of us. First of all, I'm already in game. Teehee, haha. Hello. Hi. I'm on my Black Mage. I got a couple of levels since yesterday. But the conversation we're gonna be having today is about Lucky Bancho. Because currently everyone is having a tits right now, specifically about the fall off of the player base and all that. And everyone is essentially just spamming the one demographic picture that shows low numbers of people for specifically Dawn Trail. Understandable. Nobody, who has a pulse, doesn't think that we are, we're losing players in comparison to Shadowbringers or Endwalker, right? That we have less players right now than before. Nobody thinks we don't. But I've gone through a couple of streams until this point, And people are very dramatic. They're like, game is dying. Game is gonna die. Game is dead. What is Yoshi P thinking? How dare Yoshi? Like, they're literally attacking Yoshi P, throwing all these fucking claims. It is wild. Why can't we be more positive as a community? I don't understand. We need to chill. We need to unwind. We need some positive energy here. But yeah, we will be talking about that. Hold on, let me pull up the screen. Do 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 do. Where is it? Bam! There you go. Right. So let's look at these charts here. Right. So this is essentially Lucky Bancho's blog, where essentially people are. Is this me? Why does it say select image and it's just like all of the same image? Anyways, right? So Lucky Bancho has a blog specifically on the lodestone, so you can essentially check this as a source, right? And he will normally post some specific information about certain data, right? And hold on, is this here? Yeah, there you go. So people are essentially just posting this one picture. Inactive characters, all active characters, new active characters, right? A lot of data should be included here, right? People are just posting this one picture and treat it as gospel. It is incorrect. You cannot tell me that right now everyone is inactive. I'm in game. Where am I? Why am I at 0? But like essentially like this is the page. There's a lot of like information. He does like specify a lot, but a lot of people choose specifically to ignore all the information being posted. So I'm essentially like, you can watch your favorite content creators, hear what they think about the numbers, right? We all love the numbers. I'm just here to specifically tell you to take this post with a big shovel of salt. Not a grain of salt, shovel, right? Hold on. So essentially, this is the current graph, right? These are the numbers. The reason I'm saying take this with a grain of salt is because Lucky Bancho, he has good data, right? They have brought in a lot of really useful data if you actually read the post. But their data and information they post is useful when you check past information, not the current, not the future predictions, anything, past information. Want to know why? So we're just gonna like, just for comparison, we're just gonna look at some of these pictures, right? So we are currently here, right? Previous post was here. Numbers are different, aren't they? They're never the same. This is a lot lower. This is, let's see, this is a lot higher. Yeah, I thought it was a bit early to accept this as a hard truth. Exactly. This information, like, because I've already done a video reacting to Edrim before, this is why I'm saying this, because like someone pointed out that this information constantly changes. It's never constant. This is like the current one, previous one, and the numbers are different for some reason, including Endwalker for some reason. Why is Endwalker changing? Maybe like I need to check my eyesight, maybe it's not changing, okay? So this is the other picture, right? So let's compare these two. It's just these two lines. Why is it actually above the 300k and here it's below? And this is the previous information, by the way. The information at the time that was looked in this post, you can even see by the date, is here. Why is the information different? Wait. No, I might be actually bugging. I think the previous information from Endwalker is fine the way it is, right? But like information is constantly changes, right? Okay, cool, fine. What about this post, right? What's the deal with Endwalker? Why is Endwalker so much higher over here? Let's see, it's between 250 and 300. 250 and 300. Endwalker. Where is all this? Where are all these numbers? Like, we are missing so many graphs from here. This is the information from Lucky Bancho. We need to start. Like, also, actually, I'll talk about the criteria later, right? But essentially, why is this information different? Why does it say the same thing it does about Dawntrail here, but on the other graph from like previous information, sorry, Endwalker is in a much different spot for some reason. You cannot tell me 250,000 suddenly appeared out of nowhere. Like, the information is useful to get an average from, like, previous information, right? Because, like, a lot of these... Like, let's check... Before Endwalker, before he had pretty information. 2019 quarter 1. Not even quarter 1. Let's check any of these numbers. They're around 100k. Everything above 100k. This information is like not correct. And I'm looking at all the numbers since 2013. Nothing below 100k. Why are we showing information that all of a sudden is below 100k? This information is just not fucking reliable. We need to stop just looking at pictures and taking it as gospel without even like translating the page or figuring out what the information means, right? Like, no offense to anyone, but like, unless you actually gotta dig into some information, triangulate, get some references. This is all from Bancho's blog. You like, everyone's spamming the link to the blog right now. You can double check this yourself, right? The information is wild, and like, everyone obviously taking this as gospel. Like, something that really stopped me from grinding achievement stuff back in Endwalker was lackluster rewards. Okay, understandable. You don't like the game. Why not? Crazy. They returned to Shadowbringer's COVID delays level. If this continues, it can go all the way back to end of Stormblood level. Like, people making their own predictions, which, by the way, are not going to happen. Reminder, Lucky Bunch is extremely unreliable at times and predicted the same fall-off in Endwalker. They've also updated the numbers from their old graphs to put 7 and 7.1 higher. These numbers are constantly changing. Like, where's this data even coming from? Right? Like, a lot of these people immediately, like, just take it, like, as truth, right? And I'm also checking, like, the information as well for specifically, like, what's included in the game to begin with. Because the criteria is actually very, very, very specific for this. And let me find it for you, right? The criteria, I will show it to you in 2 seconds. Is it this? Hey, there you go, because I translated it in a different page. So, where's the graph? These are changes in the number of characters with achievements available. Public posts, so no locked lodestone profiles, no... There you go. New is the player characters, because like all this has specific criteria. Every single piece of data here has specific criteria. Even like the numbers up here, maximum level of 70, that means after the free trial. Experience points have changed since last survey. Okay, cool, neato. The number of minions and amounts held has changed since last survey. So it's specifically people taking the survey. What about people who aren't taking the survey? New characters not present in the previous survey. Characters who have public profiles, minions, and mounts on Lodestone. Own at least one mount. Characters using potions, etc. That's fine. It's like there is specific information. Even this, all of this has specific like criteria and a lot of data that applies to this, and the data is also like gonna change. For all we know, in a month, this is gonna jump up here as well. Same as it did in Endwalker, just like we saw before. Same as it did with Shadowbringers, because Shadowbringers, like, Stormblood was supposed to be below 100 to 100k. Why Stormblood 150k? Like, even above the threshold, right? The information is very unreliable. I understand that so people need to specifically, like, take this with a grain of salt, understand that this works on averages, and the data will change in a few months. You cannot make predictions off of this information. Stop, like, grinding content out of just this. Like, if free trialies aren't included in majority of that information, right? Some people lock their lodestone, right, as well. Maybe they don't want public lodestones. Okay, sure. Maybe that percentage of people is very minuscule. But I promise you, Every person that's currently making a video about "I told you so, the game is dying, Yoshi P, how dare you." I'm quoting a certain content creator, but I'm just tired of fucking calling her out at this point. She can wallow in her own fucking guilt in a couple of months, because the information is going to change. We need to stop grabbing like information from Lucky Bancho and taking it as truth, because it's not, unfortunately. I wish there was a reliable way of getting information, but there's not. That's why we have to use specific, like, these caveats to get the information. Achievement, minions, specific levels, content done. Blue is like new players. Green is like inactive players, and red is active players. When you think about it, this is good. These are healthy number. If 250,000 is currently actively playing, it's good. Sure, some people have dropped off here. It's not that big of a drop-off, considering. But I'm pretty sure this number is gonna change. Like, I'm gonna make a second video once the next graph happens. And if this number is gonna change, and it's gonna be above 250k, I'm gonna call every fucking content creator out. I'm gonna call them out by name on stream. Because I see what you guys are doing, and you need to fucking stop. We need to stop with this, like, negativity chase in the community. Can you, like, knock it the fuck off? You don't like the game, just fucking be sad somewhere else. I would like some positive energy in this community. This is just stupid at this point, if we're just taking everything as, like, a negativity. Yoshi P uses printer paper. How dare he? Why can't he have a PowerPoint slide? It's not cute anymore. I think it's cute. Fuck off. Whatever. People need to, like... But positivity doesn't get clicks. Become a VTuber. Make a model with big booba. That'll work. That'll get you some clicks. Plus, this is not gonna get clicks either. Look... Let me show you some fucking numbers. Right? Since we're at this stage at this point. Sully Gnome. Right? Who is currently commandeering like the best, like the biggest movement towards, like, the game is dying, how dare they? It's Zepla, because she doesn't play the game. Wait, what the fuck? How many channels are there? Are these, like, bots? Jesus Christ. Sorry, Zepla. But yeah. Cool. Let's see. Long-term stats. Actually, not long-term stats. That's not fair. Let's say a year. Boom. What happened here? July. Okay, that's Dawn Trail, right? July 2024. Yeah, that's Dawn Trail. This is when she still did some content creation for 14. She's been doing World of Warcraft on average, and it's just kind of I don't know, it's going lower and lower. Average viewers, 369. Around, like, let's just round it out. Let's say 450, 500 average. She used to have thousands. Her average used to be thousands. She would go online and there would be 1,000+ viewers on average watching her. I know this because I was one of them. I used to watch fuck ton of Zepla. Used to love her streams. The charm was there, but what the fuck? Let's go long term. Okay, that's July. That's Dawn Trail. This is when she was still doing 14 content. This is where I assume she started doing React content instead of, like, what she used to do. And boom. There you go. There's some data. You can use this as a fucking reliable data. Because this is data that we can actually see. She doesn't stream on YouTube, so there's no information to get there. Does she? Does she stream on YouTube? I don't think she does. Nope, she doesn't stream on YouTube. Xeno does, though. So, there you go. This is reliable data. This is the data you can kind of work with. Lucky Bancho, unfortunately, is not reliable data. We can argue semantics and that, like, things will change, but we've seen this picture before. I know Lucky Bancho has been around for a while, a long while, and that's fine. That's fair. But are we really just gonna say, like, this information is nothing? That the information hasn't changed? Again, you don't believe me? The blog is right there. There you go. This is the link. I'll wait a second. If you need to copy paste it off my screen for some reason, if you haven't copy pasted it off of some dude's like Twitter post, the blog link is here as well. Am I gonna post it under the video? Probably not. I don't care. Actually, fuck it. I will. I'll post the link to the post. Why not? But like, let's be smart at this point. Like, I get it. At some point, it was very charming. Ooh, we're nitpicking. We're trying to find reasons. We're analyzing everything because we're very passionate about this game. But the charm is gone now. The charm is gone. We need to do something better at this point. Something more entertaining. At this point, just being nitpicky because you're bored is just getting, like... I get it. Clickbaits, rage baits. Like, it gives you some clicks and views. But, like, what's your long-term plan for content if this is what you want to do? What's the plan here, Chief? Have I done submarines? I've done submarines. Cool, neato. Right, chat, what are we doing? Fuck it, I'll do Fru. I'll see if I can do Fru, and see if I still remember how to do the fight. We might watch something as well, while we're at it. Ooh, it's dark. I don't want to be in the dark. I'm gonna go to Limsa, where it's bright forever. Chat, what are your thoughts on this whole debacle? Entertain yourself and talk to each other while I'm eating an ice cream. Make my content for me. Oh. Oh god, it's melted. Oh, it's so liquidy. Oh. Oh. Man. Let's see if we can do some Fru. P4 kill, LPDU. Could do P4. Why not? Static 6 out of 8, P4 kill starting 8 p.m. ST, so that's gonna be in what? 20 something minutes? I could join them. They do need a shield healer. From start. Oh, this is top. DSR, what else we got? Cloud of Darkness, we could do that. No buttons and towers. Actually, you know what? Let's warm up with some Cloud of Darkness. Why not? No healer spots. God damn it. Good thing there's like multiple pages of... multiple pages right now. Ooh, this is good. There you go. Let's fill up this one. Let's go B. That way I don't have to make a party. Teehee. What's everyone's thoughts? Do we actually think that the game is dying? Because, like, if the game was dying, if there was ever a place that would definitely see the effects of a dying game, it would be the main cities, right? Okay, sure, Limsa is like... Limsa is... Oh, sorry. Limsa is like the busiest city, sure. Maybe it's not fair to compare it, right? Like, let me just like... Actually, can I... Player search? No, it doesn't do that thing, it doesn't botch you. There's a lot of people here. Fairly active. Cool. Neato. A lot of people here. Let's check Gridania. Just to be fair, right? Let's check Gridania. Hi, OC. Hi. How you doing, OC? You good? People all over the place. Boom, 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 boom. Players. I see players over there as well. Cities are still brimming. Now, for those who might say, like, I don't see a lot of people, you need to remember that 14 doesn't let you render everyone on the map. If I walk around, there's going to be more people appearing here and there. But right now, this means the city's active. This means the city active. Let's check Ulda. Ulda is like the deadest city. Sorry, I dropped my ice cream. Oh no, look at this. People at the Aetheroid, not a lot of them. Probably game is dying. Let's go check. There's some movement there. Some movement here. All of these are players. Player there. Player there. Actually, the safest place to kind of check whether or not there are players is probably the market board. See, players are appearing out of nowhere. Ulda best city. I agree. Like, historically and lore-wise, I like Ulda. If I could get a large house in Ulda, I would. I would literally move from Kogane to Ulda. If I could. Actually, we might check after this if there's any large houses I can apply for. Okay, not a lot. Well then, I guess the game is dying. Let's check. I started out in Ulda, so it will always be special to me. Understandable. Ulda is neat. I like the story of Ulda. Is there a large house available for me? Also, Ulda is usually the most dead housing district. Ooh, medium. Oh. Do I dare? Small. Usually, yeah, Ulda is usually dead. I remember like checking maybe... When did I check? Like around like the start of the expansion. I've checked and like there's been like full pages of empty houses. I wish there was like an easier way to navigate this fucking menu. This is so annoying. It is legitimately so infuriating. Every award is practically filled except for that one small house and one medium house. Wait, let's check the medium house. Which page was it? There it is. 42. Let's go. Let's check. I have my private house in Kogane, so I'll try to see if I can get my FC house in Limsa. I'm gonna just demo my house, my personal one, not the FC one. Because, like, we were looking for 42. No, where are you going? Wait, what did I click on? This is what I'm looking for. I don't mind a medium one, to be fair. Is it personal or is it for FCs? Available to free companies. Unavailable... Current participants, 24. Should I exchange a large house for a medium? Chat, what are our thoughts? It doesn't really matter if it's going to be a large house. The place is kind of neat, to be fair. On the corner. Or should I make this my personal house? Just to have a chance. That passage will just go around there. This is kind of neat. I like this. Where's the market board here? Market board is right there. Okay. There's one around the corner over there. Where? Oh, just around the corner here. This is kind of neat. I actually don't mind this. This might actually be kind of cool. I do really like where my private house is, location-wise. I like Ulda just because it's kind of like the rich people district. There's like, in the middle, there's like a bunch of pools, a cafe. You know what? Maybe... Do I care? Actually, no. I'm not gonna compete against others. I'm fine with my large house for the FC, and I'm already planning to demolish my personal house because I don't use the house for anything. It's just going to be extra work if I actually decide to do anything with it. Work that I am not willing to put in right now. Okay, I'm just going to assume the chaos party is not gonna fill anytime soon, and I'm bored, so we're just gonna go straight for through. How do I leave? There we go. When it gets demolished, do you want to get back all the? Do you get back all the furniture? I actually don't know. I do not know. Depends, I guess. I mean, I don't really have. Actually, no, I have a lot of furniture because I did decorate it once, and then I didn't. All right, let's see. What are we looking at? Let's find some fruit parties. P2 practice. Oh yeah, P1, P3 kill, Darklit, Prog. P1 Conga. You're clean. You're clean. You into what? You are clean in. You into LPDU, M2 taken. Cool. I could help these guys, but I don't want to commit to a static. CT start LPDU. CT. You know what? I could use some more CT practice. That could be neat. There we go. Let's do some CT. I wonder if I'm not sure if I remember all the mitigation though. Hopefully I do, because if I don't, a lot of people are just gonna perish. Right, what are we doing in the meantime? We got some videos to watch. Honestly, I don't want to keep watching videos all day. I have like already a backlog of videos that I could watch. Actually, let's look at like what videos I have saved up. Class Warfare, posted by Wes Calber. I don't care, kinda. I kinda don't care right now about this. Dontrell revealed Final Fantasy XIV's biggest problem. Let's check the comments what he's talking about. They have to get back to a cycle. This is just more complaining. I don't want to watch videos about complaining. I genuinely do not want to keep toxic positivity in Final Fantasy XIV isn't real. Oh god, no, I'm not at the. Oh, for fuck's sake, what is this? Final Fantasy XIV player tries World of Warcraft. Is it bad? No. Also, I learned that Lulu is actually not the main owner of the channel that they had. I thought like Lulu was either like the dude transitioning or something, or just putting up an act for a female something. Turns out the two owners of that channel, like of the Lulu highlights, they just kind of gave away the channel to this random person, and this random person is now just, because all the highlight videos are now demonetized for some reason, they're posting clickbait and just rage baiting videos instead. Just drama videos. What is this? The chaotic raid that broke Final Fantasy XIV. Ooh, this might be interesting to watch. You can 4 tips to become a confident Final Fantasy XIV raider. We might watch that as well. Will it stick the landing? Another 1-hour video from Renan. I'll watch it off stream. The steady change in writing styles within Final Fantasy XIV. Oh, another 36 minutes. Oh god. Maybe I should start making videos instead of reacting. I wanted to. I am doing some work for the main channel right now, but maybe I need to actually make some videos. Oh yeah. Okay, while I'm in Party Finder, you know what we're gonna do? You know what we're gonna do? We're gonna make a little fun experiment, right? We're gonna make this fun. Let me just do not save changes. Do not need this. Do not need this. Do not need this. New page. Cool. Not this. Boop. Okay, cool. Right. So we are gonna, what we talked about yesterday, and I think it was actually a really good idea. Job Alternative job specs. Something a lot of chatters yesterday made suggestions about, and I made suggestions as well, and we all kind of collaborated for a bit, like a quick brainstorm, and it just hit me this can actually be a very healthy thing for the game. Now, for 14's sake of balance, we do not need talent trees. I promise you, talent trees just will not work in this game. What will work is alternative specs for jobs, similar to how, for example, Scholar, it can also be a summoner. Summoner, right? Actually, hold on. I'm just gonna do this. Arcanist can be a scholar and or summoner, right? They got a healing spec, they got a DPS spec, and you know what? You know what? Why not? Let's have a tank spec. Chad, what are we thinking? What would be a tank spec for an Arcanist? I'm just gonna like look over. I'm gonna get a list of like specifically for Final Fantasy jobs, so we can have some references like Final Fantasy jobs. Just a list of jobs that we can just kind of look over. Is there like a list of all jobs? Recurring compendium. Yo, there you go. There you go. Oracle. Oracle might be better suited for Astro, but that's a good idea. Let's start with specifically Arcanist, because I want to give Arcanist one more spec. 3 specs would be neat, because I legit think maybe some weird like summoning Titan like tank. Like make yourself be able to tank, because you like infuse with. Hold on. As an Arcanist, you're all about intellect. You could be another type of DPS, the Chemist. Make it melee as well. That could be neat. Or a different type of caster. Thoughts, chat? What are we thinking? Actually, you know what? I'm just gonna like make a list of all jobs that we got, specifically the main starring jobs. So let me get that list in front of me as well. Job guide. Okay. We're gonna start with the healer, so Conjurer. And I don't see why not Astro can have an off spec as well. Astrologian. Sage, sure, why not? Actually, you know what? Let's have Sage in here as well. Healers. Actually, no, it doesn't matter whether it's healers or not. We're actually thinking up new jobs here. I'm just making the list right now. Gladiator. Marauder. Gunbreaker. Dark Knight. DPS. Let's go with melees. Lancer. Pugilist. Rogue. Actually, you know what? We're not gonna pick up these jobs that you cannot, that don't have a starting quest. For now, at least. Dark Knight. So, Gladiator, Marauder, Astrologian, gonna have to wait. Sage as well. Right? We're not gonna pick those. So, what do we need? We need Archer. Thaumaturge. The reason I'm not picking up the newer jobs because they don't have, not just because they don't have an earlier iteration of the spec, but specifically because it got to make sense. They cannot just be able to swap job stones just to be a different job, because those jobs need to level up with their jobs as well. That would make sense, right? So not every job should have that, or they should have an option to get that later. But right now, let's just start with the basic jobs, okay? So, summoner, let's look at Arcanist. What can Arcanist be? Arcanist, quite frankly, could be a Geomancer, now that I'm thinking about it. Let's see, Geomancer uses attack magic primarily, but instead of having a set list of spells, their magic is determined by the setting they are fighting in, and don't use MP. Okay, so they're like elemental. I feel like that might be closer to white mages. So Conjurer, White Mage, or Geomancer, because they work off of elements. And this, instead of like specifically from healer, Geomancer can be either a DPS or a tank. Actually, I'm leaning more towards tank. Like Geomancer could use specifically buffs and elemental like properties to kind of tank the bosses, and use like self-healing abilities similar to a warrior, because it would make sense like from a conjurer's like perspective, because they used to have wands and shields earlier in the game, like during Realm Reborn, right? Why not bring that back? Why not let us actually use the glamour that I have bought off of your fucking shop and it's still on sale there, right? Then you have a reason to have a wand and a shield specifically for tanking. That's a good start. Actually, I like that idea. Paladin, who is a tank. Summoner tank, but your summons give you attributes instead of summoning the physical form of the being. Only issue, this kind of makes it like old tanks, where you have a summon to make you whole aggro, do DPS, general movement speed at least for a baseline. I can see that, yeah. But I feel like Arcanist, because like lore-wise, I feel like Arcanist could be Chemist. Just because they're like, you know, they're the smarty pants ones. They construct the summons. They're not exactly summoning elements of old. They're reconstructing them. You know what? So they're like smart people. So you could use a book specifically for chemist things. Alright. Conjurer, Geomancer. Let's give one more spec to white mages. Let's give them a DPS spec. What could actually? No, I think this is good for two for now. Paladin or Gladiator. Let's check. Fighter, Magic Knight combines black magic and physical attacks. That's a Dark Knight thing. But it could be also Paladin sort of thing. They could just literally have a Knight spec. Like, they use one-handed either sabers or like even like two-handers, actually, the more I think about it. DPS two-handed sword. Druid. Yo, actually good fucking idea. That would be the Conjurer spec though, Druid. Because Druid is specifically... actually, you know what? Gladiator could be Mystic Knight. Similar rotation to Paladin, but just it's more offensive based. Yeah, I think that could work. And Druid, I feel like would be closer to... You know what? I think Druid could be closer to Marauder. What do we think? Warrior as tank, Druid as DPS. Actually, no. No. Druid would probably be... Actually, you know what? Druid would be a tank spec for Conjurer. Geomancer would be a DPS spec. Mystic Knight, I like that idea. Another option is Cleric as a paladin healer. Although I'm not actually fond of like... What do we think? I feel like just forcing certain jobs is just not gonna be it. Some of these jobs need to make sense. Actually, you know what? Chemist doesn't make sense either. We're gonna drop that off. Conjurer definitely could be Druid. Geomancer. You know what? Geomancer could actually be Arcanist. Just a more different type of DPS. A buff-based RDPS melee. Why the fuck not, actually, the more I think about it. White Mage could be... Conjurer could be White Mage and Druid. Gladiator, Paladin, Mystic Knight. Marauder... What could be Marauder? I'm looking at... You guys don't see it, but I'm currently like looking at different like lists. Devout. Devout could be a healer on the Paladin side. Evoker... That's technically Summoner. Magus. Magus could be a fun spec for Thaumaturgus. Cleric is too close to Worldwise to Conjurer. I agree. I definitely agree. Viking. Yo, Viking was a job in Final Fantasy III. You know what? And you can dual wield to Axis. Viking as a DPS spec. Let's fucking go. I like that. I fucking like that. Lancer. Either the Goon... Or what else they can be? Dragoon is like very vivid and specific, isn't it? Actually, you know what? Berserker. Because Viking isn't exactly a very mainstream job for 14, right? I feel like instead of Viking, Berserker. Templar? As a tank spec for Lancer. You know... You know what I think? It might not be actually be a tank spec. It might be a healer. Hear me out. Remember when we did DSR, or just like going through Heaven's Sword? Remember, like out of the 12 knights, there were some knights who were technically considered like casters or healers or like support from outside the arena. Like in P1, they were in P2 doing some casts. Because Dragoons are technically like a fairly not a religious order, but like they're very they have those vibes, if that makes sense. Because obviously Templar doesn't sound like a healer, but I feel like that could be neat. Gun mage. Yo, Gunbreaker could be a gun mage. No, that would be for machinist, but machinist doesn't have a starting class either. Fuck. Flora Flaw, Black Mage, Alchemist. Alchemist might, like, not chemist, but alchemist might be a thing for Arcanist. Ranger for... You know what? Ranger could be sick. In case you want to do DPS and not just specifically buff, Ranger could be sick. A more like Archer kind of spec. I think that would be sick. So that would be Bard as a support job, and Ranger also DPS, but more single target. Like, not single target, but like more DPS orientated. Like, Bard is more about buffing the team, and Ranger would be more about buffing yourself through like animal aspects. Or just like, you know, Eagle's Eye sort of thing. Actually, you know what? Ranger could be a spec similar to a caster. You have to cast your attacks. You have still some attacks that you can constantly cast on the move, but give them like a Midari style cast. like at certain like, let's say they need to generate gauge through autos, and then they have to spend it similar to like a Felcleave or a Midari, but you gotta stay still. So you gotta plan your attacks. Like a really big fucking arrow being shot. You know what? I like that. I like that. We're gonna kind of write out the descriptions of this later on. What did we say for Templar? Let's put Templar for now. We'll figure this out later. What do we have left? Actually, Pugilist, Rogue, and Thaumaturge. They are Monk, Ninja, Thaumaturge is Black Mage. Mime, Nether Seer, Hell Knight. We got such cool jobs in the series, and we are not using them. Holy... Sky Seer, Heaven Knight. That's such a cool name. We are giving this to Dragoon. I don't know how we're gonna figure this out. Sky Seer. Actually, let me Google this. What do they even do? Before I start throwing them. But like, Sky Seer, Heaven Knight? That sounds sick. That sounds very on brand with a Dragoon. Not at all useful. All spells trigger randomly in a range. What the fuck does... Wait, what does it... What does it mean? Attack with lightning at random. Attack with fire at random. Attack with wind at random. Attack with water. Oh, they're like more... Okay, they're... Okay, I see what it is now. Sky Seer then would probably be closer to a... Monk. You know what? Yeah. Is my party filling or not? Oh, someone unknown joined the party. And they left. Okay, fuck them. Hold on. Oh, sorry. Oh no, I turned off. Oh, this is like the problem with having so many windows open. I'm sorry. Give me one moment. There you go, we're back on this side. There we go. Right. So, I feel like Thief could be a good spec, right? You debuff the enemy in order to be able to do more damage. That could be kind of sick, if you're managing debuffs. Not buffs specifically, but debuffs. Elementalist, Defender, Assassin. What the fuck am I even saying? Assassin. Mog Knight, Judge Master. Holy shit. Some of the titles for some of these like jobs are amazing. Agent? What does that mean? Green Mage. Holy shit, I forgot about Green Mage. Green Mage works off of buffs and debuffs. I feel like that could be a Black Mage spec. Although, then, Green Mage could also be technically, instead of Geomancer here. So we could even put Geomancer here. Actually, no. Lore-wise, it doesn't make sense. Green Mage definitely needs to exist somewhere. Probably even here, instead of Druid. Green Mage. Summoner could be Druid. To take on forms of the summons. At least like a version of that. Black Mage could be Mm, Spellblade? Actually, that sounds fucking sick. Spellblade. They would have a melee spec. You know what that spec would be? A one-handed sword and a staff. Yo, we're actually getting somewhere. Might be a tad close to Paladin. What, Green Mage? They do use maces, true, but they're still technically like full supports. Actually, you might be right. No, you are right. So we're gonna leave Geomancer here. And Green Knight here. Green Knight, what the fuck am I saying? Green Mage. Green Knight. Sorry, I watched Green Knight recently. It's a good movie. Green Mage. Because they can just... Actually, lore-wise, it just doesn't matter. It doesn't make sense how a Green Mage can appear from the Gladiator. Green Mage would make sense with Conjurer. God, I'm just gonna keep fixing all this. Paladin... Mystic Knight, Goon, Templar. Yo, you know what? Lancer could be a... Because we'll learn Dragoon specifically like in Heaven's Sword area. Not in Heaven's Sword expansion, but the area of Ishgard. Templar could be a tank spec, similar to, you know how Halone, the goddess in the Alliance raid, she has a shield and a spear. That could be sick. I like that. I like that idea. That's a really good idea. Good job, you. Now, chat, do we want to add, not to be that guy, but Mystic Knight and Spellblade are the same. And Sage is supposed to have the strongest offensive spells, but we got a healer. So fuck off. Okay, you know what? I like what I'm looking at here. Do we want to do the newer jobs as well? Do we think that's a good idea to do new jobs as well? They could use like extra specs at a certain level. Like you could swap to a different spec at a certain level. You just like get it through story. Similar like Arcanist, only here you are always a specific spec. You just need to specifically swap out the job stones. Could also have Warlock for Thaumaturge. I feel like Warlock is just kind of, I don't know. Also, thank you for the follow, 40DN. Sorry, I'm very slow in those today. Do we want to give the other jobs any of these? At least like the first few, like Dark Knight, Machinist, Astro. Like from Heaven's Sword. You know what? Let's add those three. Somehow. Astro, Logian, Dark Knight, Machinist. Gotta hop off. Have fun. Thank you. See you later. So Astrologian could go Oracle, a debuff-based caster. That would make sense. Kinda. I know we want a Time Mage, but Time Mage just doesn't make sense in the fucking story of 14. Annoyingly. I want a Time Mage, but it's annoying. Actually, we're gonna see in Crescent Moon whether or not Time Mage works. We'll see. For now, we're just gonna stick to Oracle. Dark Knight would be a... Let me look at the list. What could be Dark Knight? Rune Seeker. Ooh. Like an offensive... Like a DPS spec. Or even... Actually, no. Hold on. The more I think about it, Dark Knight could also be a caster. Just because of like all the animations they got, it's like very like, I don't know, satanic. War mage. Machinist can definitely be a sky pirate. That would kind of make sense. Sky pirate. What could be Dark Knight? Puppet Master. Holy shit. Oh my god, that would be sick. Where instead of like using our simulacrums, the simulacrum can possess a specific body as a weapon, and we use that. Although, like, fantasy-wise, it's gonna be like people will not be happy to have that as a DPS spec. I can see that, so probably not. Actually, the more I think about it, Puppet Master should be from Thaumaturge. Or even Arcanist, the more I think about it. Puppet Master. Machinist could also be Gun Mage. Are we full yet? No, we're missing one more person. Cool, Nita. What can Dark Knight be? I want to give him like... I won't lie, I kind of want to give him also like either a DPS spec, a caster, or just a second tank spec. Necromancer lead into that dark edgy side even more? Yeah, I can see that. It's just that they have nothing that's related to Necromancer. They don't have like any magic that specifically raises the dead. They can simulate the dead like through simulacrums. The shadow you summon, it's like the one shadow we're very close with. The moment we're gonna start summoning a bunch of these fuckers, it's gonna get old. You know what I mean? It's like we have one simulacrum on tank, and because it's that one, like that one character that people love from the Dark Knight storyline, that's why it makes it special. So I don't want to like specifically make multiple simulacrums. Then everyone is gonna like roleplay that one dude from Solo Leveling. Hey, Jinwoo is the goat. He is, but do we really want a bunch of Dark Knights running around because they suddenly have an option to roleplay that? Let them play Viper, man. Gun Mage might be sick. They just turn their sword into a huge gun. We could try... Actually, I don't know. Holy Knight? Give him an opposite spec similar to like Final Fantasy IV, where Cecil could be both a Dark Knight and a Paladin. Only give him like a bit vice versa, wherein Cecil would tank better if he was a Paladin. We would make Dark Knight better tank, and Holy Knight would be... Actually, no, that sounds lame. That sounds weird. Judge Master. Yo! Judge Master. That is a fucking spec. I remember tactics. Judge Master might actually be sick. Yo, Judge Master would have phases where he would apply a certain rule, you do more damage if you specifically follow the rule of that buff. Like, for example, no dots, but all your weapon skills do more damage, so you have a rotation of that. Then on the next minute, you benefit more from debuffs and dots. Yo, that would be actually Judge Master. Yo, brilliant. We'll just say Judge. You know what? We're just gonna say Judge. They would use essentially a big sword for DPS. Actually, do we want to make it that we don't have to swap weapons? Do we want to make it that we don't have to swap weapons? Otherwise, we're just going to be waiting for ultimate weapons to be made for fucking ages. That would kind of make sense that we don't want that. No, we can make this work. We can make this work, actually. The more I think about it. We can make this work. Because look, Arcanist can still use a book, only a little puppet will be kind of summoned instead of a carbuncle or the fairies. You can also transmog that. you can also Eggy Glamour that. That would make sense. You know what? Let's go. Puppet Master would be caster job. Focus on dots, debuffs, pet, autos. There you go. You know what? This would be sick. This actually kind of works. You apply dots, you manage them to buff and debuff the boss. You apply debuffs, and you rely on your pet to do autos. But the pet is not going to count like a carbuncle. Actually, no, fuck it. Pets have unlimited fucking range for range attacks. Let them fly around and attack. Pet autos. We don't need a pet for every weapon. You just use books. Uses books similar to Summoner. In addition to a new pet Glamour. Viper tank would be sick, like I think it was the second half of Sword Art Online. See what I mean? No, drop the anime. Might have been just a character versus General Eugene. No, we're not following anime right now. We're trying to at least stick to fucking Final Fantasy 14. Let me underline this. Can I underline? Just gonna do this. No. I forgot how to underline. Fuck it. This is good. Just gonna do this. Boom. Green mage. What is it gonna be? Is it gonna be a tank or DPS? What are we thinking? They use... Instead of maces, we just bring back wands and shields. You know what? Tank. Tank spec. Tank job uses shields and wands. Although we need to make sure that you can still use... No, this is fine. You cannot just swap from tank gear to healer gear like this. You need a different set of weapons in this situation. I feel like that's a fair assumption. Uses shields and wands. Relies on buffing allies, debuffing enemies, and personal healing. Because they're still a conjurer, they would be relying on self-healing, similar to that of a warrior, only a bit more defensively. Like, they would just need... No, actually, no healing. Just personal buffs. Relying on buffing allies, debuffing enemies, and mitigating through buff uptime. Could be a fun job. You maintain a specific buff that reduces incoming damage, similar to like block chance on paladins. Only you just have a constant buff that you need to maintain to mitigate damage more. You have less defensives, but because you keep uptime on specific buffs, you don't need those extra buttons because you have, like, your skill will show whether or not you can mitigate certain attacks. That would be kind of sick. You know what? Like that. Boom. Mystic Knight. Mystic Knight. DPS. Yeah, it's gonna be a DPS job. Dual swords. Does combinations of physical attacks, in-ranged attacks, similar to their tank counterpart. Love that shit. They would still need a separate set, separate weapons. I know Viper has dual swords. Actually, do we want two dual swords? Actually, we already got two fucking book jobs. Actually, no, they both come from Arcanist. What weapon would we get to Mystic Knight? You know what? Same weapons as... No, that's not fair. If I'm gonna, like, apply certain rules, they need to be different. Uses a rune sword. There you go. Uses a rune sword. And just for fun, it's a sword that you use to attack, or it flies around on its own to do damage during magic phase. There you go. Boom. Does combination of physical attacks and range attacks similar to the tank counterpart, and you have phases where you need to be in melee, or you just send the sword to do magic shit for you. Similar to the boss in P4S. The vampire dude that would just send fucking swords flying about. That would be sick. Berserker. I feel like a few of these like that, couldn't you just be Viper and Glam as a knight, lol? Like, some of these jobs seem like copies of aesthetical changes. I mean... yes and no, but that's what we're working on here. We're trying to make this work. We're trying to make this work in a way where jobs don't feel like... we have all these jobs available to us, but playing a job just feels like you're locked to it. So now, like, think about it. Like, Green Mage is a tank job, you need tank gear for it. Right? You play White Mage, you get bored, or you're a tank, right? You get tank gear, but you want to play something else, you can play Green Mage. Well, that's the usual logic with sharing gear. But, like, when it comes to specifically DPS, it's going to be a bit better. Like, for example, you can share specific... let's say Berserker is going to use maiming gear, right? That means, as a tank, you can essentially... like, it gives a bit more flexibility. You will not feel like you're locked to a job and a specific role. Some, like, Warrior, like, you cannot tell me the Warrior aesthetic is meant to be the the tank, the defensives, and all that. Like, look at those attacks. You make big fucking axes, you smash shit. Your limit break is literally raising a fucking mountain and breaking it apart. You cannot tell me Warrior, like, is... nobody thinks of Warrior as a DPS spec. It looks aesthetically as a DPS spec. So, like, you won't feel like you're locked to one fucking job if you're... same like Scholars and Summoners will always, like, kind of feel like they're interconnected. Same here. If you're a White Mage, you can also kind of feel like you could learn tanking now. You're encouraged now. Because it is within your job fantasy. You don't need to level up a new one, they all level up together. Same here. You level up a paladin, you tank, then you swap to Mystic Knight if you want to do DPS. Sure, you need gear, but Mystic Knight would be using... Actually, you know what? Mystic Knight would be using... Slaying gear, and Berserker would be using maiming gear. So, Berserker. Let's say he uses the same axe. Uses big axe. We don't want them swapping weapons, at least. Like, I want them to have the weapons. I understand gear is already annoying. 450 tombstone cap, very annoying. But at least let us like share the weapons this way between the specs. Although Green Mage then would need... Fuck's sake. I don't know, we would need to figure something out at this point. The more I think about it now. Yeah, if we give a different weapon to Gladiator as well... You know what? Berserker is a tank spec now. Berserker. Alternative tank spec. Focuses more on buff uptime. So we can give the Stormite to that fucking thing instead of the warrior. Focusing more on buff time and dealing consistent damage. Not consistent damage with 2-minute burst windows instead of 1 minute. So make it similar to Dark Knight, but still with the warrior fantasy. Now you can actually have the same weapon. Actually, no, fuck, no, it doesn't work. It doesn't work like that. Berserker DPS job has two axes, dual wielding. There you go. We don't have that. Inner release playstyle with more focus on DPS and there's more focus on DPS and like what's the flavor of this job? Chad, what we're thinking? He definitely has to have 2 axes, similar to a fucking Viking. But Berserker would be like more like this. Inner release playstyle with more focus on DPS and you know what? Autos fill gauge. Gauge allows to use rage form or enrage instincts or whatever like sounds more warrior coded, right? Enraged instincts. Similar to like Reaper, for example. That could be kind of sick. Yeah. Let's stick to a similar playstyle to Warrior then. Has increased self-sustain. Why not? Fuck it, why not? Let's give him some like personals. Has increased self-sustain. And or actually, you know what? Enraged instincts and has the ability to debuff the boss so that everyone who attacks the boss will heal. Yeah, that would be sick. Like, every 1 minute, you do increase damage, and you doing damage puts a debuff on the boss that would heal everyone attacking the boss. Oh. I like the idea of a DPS versus having the 2 axe and the tank sticking to maybe the 1 larger axe. Yeah. Yeah, you know what? I think this will work. Cool. Now, Templar. Oh, you know what? Alternative DPS job. Actually, tank. We're gonna make it tank. Tank job uses spear and shield, just like Cologne, baby girl. What are we thinking here? What would make this job unique? Definitely should have litany, because it's essentially in the same vein. Relies... Actually, Is my party filled yet? Not yet. Tank jobs, uses spear and shields. What are we thinking, Chad? Okay, high mobility. Off tank, coated, can jump between members to provide mid and relies on... You know what it relies on? It relies on return damage, similar to Vengeance. So essentially, as a tank, as a Templar, you can jump between targets. So for example, you can do an attack similar to high jump, only you're jumping on your party members, providing them extra mitigation. And your mitigation has return damage. Like anytime someone gets hit by that specific, with that specific mitigation, they get hit and they return just a small amount of damage. So like having uptime on mitigating people could be kind of sick. I like that. Not a lot of healers, now that I think about it. We're not giving them a lot of healers. Skyseer could be a very mobile healer. Although, the more I think about it, Skyseer just kind of... I don't know. Native American based. Which could work. But I feel like we need a healer at this point. Not a lot of healers, now that I think about it. DPS, Green Mage, Tank Job. That's fine, honestly, I don't mind. Skyseer sounds like it could be a healer, but I don't want to force it. What are we thinking about Monk? The more I'm looking at it, Skyseer doesn't seem like it would work. Like, thematically it kind of works, but I'm trying to think how it would work specifically combat-wise. You know what, screw it. No, we can make Skyseer work. So it's gonna be Skyseer. Healer spec. Sorry. Healer job uses a one-handed gauntlet and nope, just gauntlet. Could also use a totem. And a totem. A one-handed gauntlet and a totem. You know what? Yeah, I like this idea. Melee coded healer. Rely. You know what? Yeah, melee coded healer. I like that idea. A healer that has to be in melee. DPS does not heal. Actually, yeah, DPS does not heal, but DPS. Actually, not constant DPS, but like. Coded healer. So the attacks would essentially kind of be. Okay, no. Melee and ranged coded healer has ranged attacks, basic healing kit, has a melee burst every 1 minute that can last 1 minute with proper uptime, buffs group by giving them increased, I don't know, direct hit rate 1%. That could be sick. Like, you have a burst. If you die as a healer, because you're not doing your healing job, you're losing damage and you're buff. Yeah, I like that. And they just used like this one cool gauntlet and a flying totem. You know what? Yeah, I like that. I like that job a lot. That is definitely something I would play. Oops, sorry. Assassin. What are we thinking with Rogue and Ninja? I feel like it shouldn't be Assassin. Because Ninja is technically kind of an assassin. I feel like Thief should be it. But I don't know what we would do with Thief. You know what? Gone Mage. Sky Pirate. Sky Pirate. Alternative DPS job. It would probably have slaying gear instead of scouting. Actually, scouting might still be it. We'll have to think about it. We're just making proof of concept. So alternative DPS job. Knife and pistol weapons. High mobility. Actually, no, they don't have a lot of mobility. Let me check the description of Sky Pirates before I do anything. Attack and bypass, reaction ability, disarm trap, get loot, steal item, loot and gill, raise evasion, deal more damage the more times you have stolen. Oh. That might be it. The more you steal, like, actually, no. Like, what are you gonna do? Steal from Hades? Lore-wise, that sounds a bit silly. It sounds silly. Alternative DPS job, knife and pistol weapons. You know what? Rotation similar to Dancer. Melee based. Collecting procs to use on empowered pistol attacks. Bard, Ranger. Ranger would be alternative DPS job. More A DPS focused instead of R. Actually, just more damage focused. More damage focused generates gauge to spend on Midari like power moves that require you to stand still to cast. 5-second cast for giga damage. There you go. Spellblade. Is my party just never fucking filling? Sorry, in the background I'm trying to like be in the fruit party and it's just not filling. Right. Spellblade. I might have rushed. Like I am imagining like a caster with a sword and a staff. That would be kind of sick. But you know what? Healer job. Spellblade. Healer job. Basically what I'm doing here is I'm making a third type of healer. So it's not just regen and shields, but also regen, shields, and DPS healer. Because that is essentially what Sky Seer is. They do damage to maintain a buff and healing in between. Same could be here. Because like Thaumaturgists, like lore-wise, are like they do funeral rites. They cleanse the body with like fire and thunder, and all those elements are basically that come from funeral rites, right? Lore-wise. So this could make sense that it could also be a healer job or like a support job. Focuses on specifically DPS. So plus healers need cool weapons too. So sword and staff. Weapon. I want them to also have a similar effect. Ranged attacks with a... How am I even like making this work right now? I have like a general concept in my head right now, but I am not sure. You know what? We're gonna change Skyseer to Master. Instead of a one-handed gauntlet, uses nunchucks. Still similar, like melee and range coded. Has ranged attacks, basic healing kit, does this, right? Similar to this. Similar rotation here, has ranged attacks, basic healing kit, either regen or some shields or some mitigation, you know. Has a melee burst every 1 minute, similar to Skyseer. Well, Master now, because he has none. Actually, no, we're gonna leave Skyseer. The more I think about it, Skyseer uses one-handed gauntlet and totem. Skyseer seems kind of cool. There you go. And instead of this, it increases crit 1%. This could be sick. Like, you can essentially like require... You could try running both of them, Skyseer and Spellblade. But let's say, for sake of argument, similar like shields don't stack on Sage and Scholar, these buffs don't stack either. Same with Astro and White Mage. Let's say their regen stops stacking as well. That way you're kind of forced to find a combination of healers you enjoy playing. You can have one offensive, like one DPS healer, and one shield healer, one regen healer, one DPS. If you play and give all healers enough tools so that mitigation is not just one healer's responsibility. The job description says healer. Give all healers like some tools to apply shields. Give them or give them all nocturnal or endural specs. Actually, yeah. All healers have nocturnal and diurnal specs. Shit. So now you are forced to not have two shield healers, two regen healers. Same with these two as well, like the Skyseer and the Spellblade. You cannot use them together because their buffs will not match. You cannot have them both in... actually, hold on. Boom. So they have alternatives, like Sky Pirate, for example, can be DPS or regen healer. This one is either DPS or shield healer. And all of them have nocturnal, diurnal, and eclipse specs. Let's call the working title, okay? Working title. But for now, let's say the eclipse specs are specifically the DPS ones. So now we have three different healers, three types of healers, and you have variations between 6 healers now. That fixes a lot of things. How many tanks do we have now that I think about it? We already got 4, so now I have 5, 6. We got 6 tanks now. That's good. And a whole gaggle of DPS. I think we did well. Astrologian, Oracle. No fucking idea what Oracle does. The Dark Knight, I had the idea of specifically self-inflicted rules for increased damage. Judge, DPS, job, uses one-handed. You know what? Uses hammer. I'm gonna give him a fucking hammer. Uses a hammer. They use big, strong fucking hammers. DPS phases inflict rules upon yourself that increase your damage if you respect them. So, for example, if the current phase says you do not apply debuffs or dots, you do increased 30% damage. It's similar to like ley lines, only more consistent. Let's say we give them 3 phases. So, first phase, no no mallet techniques. So let's say they have a similar mechanic to Gunbreakers, where they do their combo enough times, they generate specific currency or gauge that lets them do burst skills. We'll call them mallet techniques. I'm pretty sure that's not how it's spelled. Mallet moves. Mallet attacks. Right? Second phase. No debuffs, whatever it's going to be called. Let's say intermission phase. Intermission phase. So no debuffs, dots. And third phase, how are we doing this? Chad, how we feel about this? You know what we can do? Similar to Summoner, have melee phases. First phases, then third, then second, then third. Phase is... So basically, third phase would be... Actually, you know what? We're just gonna do like this. No rules in phase 1. Second phase is intermission phase, so no debuffs or dots. Third phase is specifically no hammer. I'm gonna Google how technique is spelled. It got me paranoid now. No, I wrote it right. No hammer techniques. Boom. And by respecting these phases, increase your damage if you respect them. One phase, no rules. Second phase, you need to do certain rotation. Boom. I think this could be sick. Could be very simple, similar to Summoner, but as a melee, you would still have positionals. Yeah, I like the concept. We might still work on this a bit more later, to give it like a more fleshed out kind of idea. Now, let's see what Oracle does. I'm trying to remember what the fuck Oracle does. I've never had an Oracle in my party. Did not sound like a very enticing job. The more I think about it, why do I want... You know what? Fuck it. Time Mage. DPS job. Let's go with this. Time Mage, DPS job. Uses... What do they use? Haste. Okay, it uses buffs. Haste. Meteor. Okay. Hmm. Chat. This is gonna be an awful idea. People in the comments, tell me what you think would be the best weapon for a time mage. I'm just gonna say uses magic hat. Every hat is gonna have personality. It's gonna have shine effects from ultimates. It's just gonna be a very shiny fucking hat, and the hat is the source of your weapon. Otherwise, you just do like squiggly squiggly. You wave your hands around. Magic hat. Like imagine like this like different types of hat with different personalities, and they all like. Actually, no, that would be so silly. Imagine if they actually bring back like primal effects on newer weapons, and you have this like Titan-esque hat on top of your noggin. Oh. Like Astro has focus. Like it's basically the spinny globe thing. Actually, what is the Astro weapon called? Astrologian. What is their weapon? What is their weapon? Come on, load. Sufficient jobs. One of the 4 healers. I don't care. What's the weapon? Wields the star globe. Okay. Time Mage will wield a big floating clock. Chrono clock. Self buffing job. Focus on casting as many spells as possible to fill meteor gauge. There you go. Actually, not meteor, but like chrono break gauge. Let's say chrono break has 2-minute CD, but you need to like send as many spells as possible to fill the gauge by 2-minute mark. Yeah. So essentially, you don't have too strong of a spell, but you rely on haste and spell speed to send as many spells as possible, generate gauge. Every 2 minutes, you can spend a gauge specifically on this spell. And this would essentially help a bit of like brain gymnastics to figure out how to balance time mage through direct hit rate, probably more likely crit, and then haste as well. Actually, the more I think about it, this kind of could be very interesting. Let's leave it at this for now. They just sell buff with time and shit. They don't need to debuff the boss, but let's say their dot is like cold slow or some shit. Now let's see, machinist, gun mage. Gun mage. Actually, the more I think of it, gun mage sounds very silly. We already got a gun breaker, and gun mage just feels like very forced. What could machinist be? Chad, what we're thinking? What could machinist be? Tinkerer. Actually, might be an idea. Tinkerer. Although, agent. What does agent do? Hold on. The only human who can use guns. He has special skills if there are girls in the party. Wait, what? Take all damage directed at target female until next turn. Deal more damage if female units are in party. Add Regen and Astra to target female units. Charm female unit and raise allies attack. What the fuck? Reveal loot and items of target and reveals traps and invisible units. Restores HP and removes debuffs from self. Add Berserk and critical hit rate by 1%. Lowers target speed. What the fuck? I won't lie, this sounds fucking sick. Okay, chat. You know what? I'm gonna leave agent here, just like this. And, or, people in the comments, if you have better ideas what to do machinist, or just any of these jobs, like what would be your idea on alternative specs to certain jobs? What do you think machinist could be? I think agent sounds sick. I only need to kind of figure out the concept a bit better. Do you agree or disagree with any of these specs? I'm gonna leave like the entire like text in the description under this video, and let me know, because like I think we don't need specifically talents. We need just alternative specs, similar to how we have Scholar and Summoner. Give like the other jobs, like instead of giving us new jobs every expansion, give us new specs for the jobs we got already, to give us more variety. We don't need to invent new jobs anymore. Just give us specs. I think that could be sick. So tell me what you think about this. What job would you like to see? Anything like in the Final Fantasy job lists that you would like to see in the game? And what do you think machinist should be as an alternative spec? I think this was a really good idea to have a conversation about. This was great. This was fun. I'm gonna leave the text open so I don't lose it later. Are we still filling? God, what a pain. Oh, this is painful. Are we gonna fill this? I don't know. I'm just gonna drop out of the party. Just gonna leave politely and join a chaotic party. Hold on, give me a sec. Phone call. Cool, done. Man, dead game. My parties aren't filling. I'm not even making parties, but still. That was the party I was in, right? Yeah, that was the one. And it's just not filling. Maybe I should just play something else for the night. Let's say we're gonna wait for another, like... Let's see if this party fills, because it's like a 21. What party am I in, by the way? I'm in C. I'm C and I'm a healer. If this doesn't fill, I might literally just go play a bit of Elden Ring instead, or Marvel Rivals. And we're just gonna like call the night a bit early tonight. I'm not gonna be streaming tomorrow. The next stream would be on most likely the day after. That is correct. So I'm not streaming tomorrow. So Wednesday we're not streaming, and I would be streaming on Thursday, on the 20th. Tomorrow I'm just gonna be spending time editing a bit, and I'm gonna be trialing my new Savage Static a bit as well. Oh man, Party Finder's not fun. You know what? You know what? I'm just gonna just we're just gonna we're just gonna stop with 14 for the day. I feel like I went into 14 a bit too late today. I'll do frontline off stream, so I don't want to bore you guys with this. So we're just gonna bum, 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 bum. Hold on, let me just open some things. And we're just gonna play something else. You know what? Either Marvel Rivals or Elden Ring. What are we feeling like? Chat, what are we feeling like? Do we feel like Elden Ring or do we feel like Marvel Rivals? And just looking at butts. You know what? Marvel Rivals. I'm feeling Marvel Rivals today. Just gonna play Marvel Rivals for a couple of rounds and we're just gonna call it there for the stream. I don't want to annoy people. Just because content isn't happening in 14. Probably don't need the music. Boom. Man, I wish they would add studio mode to Melt Studio at this point. Because like every time I have to like just do this every time. I cannot change a scene. Boom. I probably don't need this. You know what? I'll leave it there anyway. I think it gives a charm. Marvel Rivals. Boom. Done. Am I able to change games specifically on... Fuck it. YouTube can stay the same. I don't think I should be changing titles on YouTube. I should plan my content a bit better, but nah, it is what it is. 14 is not filling Party Finder. It's like I cannot make people watch me fill up a Party Finder for 3 hours again. People do not deserve that. It's taking a hot second to load. What's happening? Why is it compiling shaders again? How many times can a game compile shaders? Usually I'm used to like the game just doing it once. Like Black Myth Wukong or something. The funny monkey game. I should play Black Myth Wukong again. That game was sick. Why is it so quiet? Let's make it just a smidge louder. I'm gonna play a couple ranked. I'm still grinding ranked. I'm nowhere good, but it's essentially just because I don't play the game enough. And I'm still figuring out my role. I'm either tanking or DPSing or healing. I cannot figure out for the life of me if I want to main something. I like DPS, but I like certain types of DPS, not all of them. I like tanks, but I like certain types of tanks. I like Doctor Strange. I like the Hulk. I like Groot. I like Venom. The other ones I don't like. DPS, I like Iron Man, Scarlet Witch, and and Mr. Fantastic. Actually, Human Torch as well. Healers, Like, every character is so different. I like that about this game, but it also makes it difficult to figure out what you want to play. Obviously, I gotta follow my namesake and play Loki. Big knife. Oh no. There you go. That's me. That's me. I'm cool. I'm wicked. I'm the video game boy. I'm the one who wins. Oh, we got a Jeff on our team. God, I hope it's one of those toxic Jeffs that just does nothing but ult. No healing, just ult. Just chomp. Just eat. Must eat. Also, Assassin's Creed Shadows is out. People are already playing it. I'm already hearing people saying it's not very good. They're really not defending. We're already very close to it. I outnumber you. I outnumber you. Loki's fun. Very simple. It's hard to play Loki as complex as he can be. What is up with my mouse? Hold, I'm sorry. What? Okay, that was fine. Teehee. Stop moving. Did I just wait? What? Did I just die without the animation? What? What? Wait, what? Oh no. Bad time to reload. Oh, they killed that clone. Shit. That's a waste of an ability. Maybe I should have gone Adam Warlock. Adam Warlock would have probably slapped this. Oof. I panicked. God, there's so much screaming. I'm scared. By the eye of avocado. Your god is dying. Is there no music? Now that I realize there's no, I don't think there's any music. Is there? Just tunnel heal him. Oh, that hurts. I'm very surprised that Loki was the option for healer, but I'm glad that Loki isn't like, the usual invisible rogue type like they do in Smite, for example. I know he's a caster, but he could have been ranged as well. Are we winning or what? Second checkpoint. Let's go. We might get to 3. This game is fun. It has a lot of like personality. Should I just avocado again? I like that they also made it that the payload doesn't move by just having people next to it. You just charge it up with your presence, and then it just kind of does its own thing. I like that. Oh, what the? Where did he come from? I thought he ulted ages ago. Oh, that must have been ours. Oh no. Well, I'm coming back and I'm gonna kill everyone right now. I'm about to Eye of Avocado these assholes. Come on. God is suffering. I have not played Ben Grimm yet. The thing. What the fuck? Yeah, we might win this. We got 2 minutes and we're kind of steadily just going there. Do they have AFK? Because I'm not seeing most of their team most of the time now. I kind of feel bad now. Three, let's go. Neat. Clearly I carried the game by just spamming heals as much as possible. We're on defense now. I might go Adam Warlock. He's kind of stronger on defense. Just because like his ulti will bring back people. Nah. Let's just keep Loki. I like this game. It's fun, but I guess I'm gonna put on some music. Oh, different tank. I don't know how tanks function. I just usually pick the coolest one, which is usually Doctor Strange, and I just go Eye of Avocado. By the Eye of Avocado. There you go. Also, I don't know what, but like hitting enemies and that little sound, it's just very satisfying. By the Eye of Avocado. They're just tanking all the hits. They're like in the worst position they could be right now. They're just tanking everything. What are you... Do we have AFK or what's happening here? Could just go Rocket or Coon. Or could... Let's go Rocket. We're gonna be 2 tiny healers. New. How are we not holding them? I'm gonna wait for my team. Are you kidding me? Where's my team? Okay, I see one. Where's the rest of them? What? Where from? Okay, he did see me. Because I did not see him. We just need to not let them get to 3. If we hold them at 2, we're fine. We have 3 healers. Are you out of your fucking mind? Nope. I'm just a little guy. Stop bullying me. Why do we have 2 healers? Do we still have 2 healers? No, we only got 2 healers. I don't need to change. Cool. Neato. This is hard. Is defense actually that difficult? I guess I was talking too much smack earlier. Shield, please. Come on, heals. I'm not seeing our Magneto use the shield, like, at all. I'm not enjoying that. Maybe I should have stuck to tanking. Why are you pick? I heal a lot, but this cooldown is just not it. Can we kill him already? Please, thank you. How did you already lose all your health? Help me help you. Okay, good. This thing is going back, but nobody's checking it. Okay, we might still win, as long as they're not touching the payload. We're in this together. Some assistance, please. Quantum magic. They need to not go that far. Like, don't push. We are literally winning. At least I brought back the defense. So they can at least try to hold it for a bit longer. Okay, they're kind of holding them back. We got like 1 minute to hold them from 3. Ooh, this is not good, this is not good. Stop the payload. Oh no. Hold it for 60 seconds, come on. God, no one's holding the back line. I can't do anything. This is not good. I'm starting to miss Valorant. Don't make me miss Valorant, man. I don't want to play Valorant. 30 seconds. 30 seconds. Come on, come on, come on. No, they reached it. I mean, we got more time left. We're kind of doing better. Am I the only healer now? Oh, come on. What am I doing? Rocket Raccoon is probably going to be the strongest, but... Can I get a new bonus here? Probably not. Oh no, we got Hella. Let's go. 3 bonuses. We can do this. I can do this. I can solo kill this. I can solo. With this many bonuses, we're bound to win, right? 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 We just need to hold them for, what, 2 minutes? Or for 1 minute? Either or. What did I just say? I literally just typed, don't push. What are they doing? They're pushing. I can solo heal this. I can carry this. Do not give up. Final 10 seconds. They're not pushing this in 10 seconds. What do you mean until we have a winner? Oh, what the hell? No. Now we gotta push for 2 minutes. But we're both at such a fucking percentage, it's like, it's good. Yeah, fuck it. I'm solo healing this, so I gotta go low-key. I don't have other options. Happy Tuesday. Thank you, Not Guy. I appreciate that. Happy Tuesday to you, too. It's technically already almost Wednesday in like 20 minutes for me, but good enough. Is she picking Hella? You are picking Hella, right? You're picking Hella, right? Please tell me you're picking Hella. Otherwise, I'll go Adam Warlock. Please. Please, you are picking Hella. Fuck. Whatever. Actually, no, we were in defense. Okay, if she's not picking Hella, I'm taking this. Because then my ultimate can at least carry a defense point. Although we are pushing. Although pushing it can also be carried if I arrest people. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. She picked Hella. She picked Hella. She picked Hella. It's fine. I can go Loki. What the fuck is this? Oh, they bamboozled us. Oh, these assholes. These actual assholes. Oh no. God damn it, how did we fall into that? Oh no. Oh well. Oh, come on, dude. Don't dodge me. Whatever. We got 1 minute to do this. Oh, come on. No, shit ain't happening. Are they? Oh, that's what they're doing. Yep. Come on. Nope. Oh, he got me. I also play Marvel Rivals while waiting for next XAV content. Yeah, I just got bored of waiting for a party to fill in Party Finder. So I'm just doing a couple of rounds before finishing the stream. I might literally just make a Marvel Rivals only stream tomorrow. Sorry, not tomorrow. On Thursday. Either Marvel Rivals or Elden Ring. I might even play Black Myth Wukong again. God, I cannot reach them to heal them. So what is it, a tie? Is it, or is there going to be round 5 until someone wins? It's a draw. Holy shit. It actually is a draw. God damn it. I might literally just make a Elden Ring or Marvel Rivals stream on Thursday. Because 14 is just not it right now. I would love to do more content in 14, but there's just nothing happening right now. I can't do anything. Unless I've never seen a drawn comp. Same. This is like the first time I saw it. I was like literally wondering like what's gonna happen if we don't push. Are we gonna go to round 5? Turns out there's a draw. I don't even know if I got any elo or not. I might even play League, honestly. You know what? I might just fill stream days with like various games but 14. I'll follow the Zeppler route. I will just say I'm playing 14, but I'm just reacting to content and then just playing everything else. Maybe I should actually learn Valorant. Although I don't want to. Valorant does not have characters like Susan Storm. Okay, we got a DPS. I might go tank, honestly, just because, like, I don't trust the tanks anymore. But I also don't trust the healers. Okay, we got one healer. Anything else gonna happen? Okay, we got 2 healers. I can tank. Neato. The Eye of Avocado. Is this mean? Is this mean? I should have done it the other way around. I'm so stupid. I griefed my team right now. I griefed my team so bad right now. I should have turned around. I griefed my team so bad. Please don't tell anyone. I don't know how to think with portals. Entrance at the spawn door first. I know. I should have, like, not even that. I just literally had to just turn around. That's it. I just had to turn around. That's it. Instead of just looking at the thing. God, I griefed my team with this. We could have had a really good head start on this. Oh, they're attacking bad. Oh no. Why is the healer right here? I wish I could charge my Eye of Avocado a bit faster now. You can also put both portals at the choke point, keeping them from getting for a bit. Oh, that's actually very smart. Just make them go in back into their base. Just like block both doors. That's very smart. Why are they blocking their own entrance? That's funny. Are they behind us? Is Invisible Woman really just trying to go DPS? Why are they focusing the tank? I'm about to Eye of Avocado them. If you just go in alone and just ulti, then... I don't know if that shield blocks that. Did I miss? I missed everyone, holy shit. I am so trash. I am so trash. I am so sad. He's just gonna use up my entire shield. I just need to hold out for another 5 seconds. Or no. Okay. Iron Man, right? Okay. Okay. Okay, how can we... We're switching sides. How can I do a portal now? Are there any good, like, Doctor Strange skins? I know there's a bunch of them. Like, if there's, like, 2 characters that I would main, it would specifically be Doctor Strange and Loki. I might literally see if I can main like Doctor Strange. He seems fun, just not just because of the portals, but because he's just like a good like balance between like constantly forever shield and some offensive abilities, flying, mobility. President Loki skin is President? Is there a new Loki skin? I don't remember the President one. I know there was like the normal Loki from like the Loki show, the Necrolord. I haven't bought anything in this game yet. I'm still a bit worried whether or not the bug is still present, because I play this game like a few matches at a time. I don't always commit long enough. Portal time. Let me go, dude. That was so bad. And nobody followed me. But yeah, it's in the store. Got released last week. Oh, last week. Okay, that explains why I didn't see it. I need to at least like protect the healers. Like that would be my job. I see Venom. Are we not pushing or what? I could probably just break this bridge. Oh no. Come on. Nope. I don't know if this blocks damage. It does! It does! It fucking does! Let's go! I purged the darkness. Ooh! Come on, come on! Ah. Where are my healers? Oh, they're dead. Cool. Oh no, they're not. Okay, we got 33%, right? Okay, good. Good enough. What an epic victory. None of us released the squirrel even. So, where's the store? Let me see the skin. Oh, there it is. What's the MVP? Well, that looks cool. That looks funny. What's the emote? That's neat. Alright, let's look at Doctor Strange skins. What can we get for Doctor Strange? Not a fan of this. I can see who can enjoy this. Just not really my style. There we go. This looks cool. He's like very cybernetic. This animation is really sick. I like it. Ooh. What's this? Okay, he drinks tea. That's neat. Picture, this, cool. I think there was like one more. I think. Maybe? Hold on. Heroes. Where are you? Come on. Stop hiding from me. Am I blind? Can't be, right? I'm not that blind. There he is. Strange has a third skin, but it was a Season 0 battle pass. Oh, so I can't get it anymore. I'm guessing this is it? Yeah, Season 0. Not a fan. I don't like the third eye. Everything else is pretty cool, but like, in comparison to this, I feel like that one's weak. What is this? This is just blue. Doctor Strange but blue. Okay. This is the Oriental one. I might get this. I'll think on it, but I might get this. What is the animation for this one? No. This one's kind of mid. What is this one? Nah. This one's definitely better. The Interstellar Mystic. Cool. Right, let's play... I'll probably play like one more game and probably call it a night here. Not a very productive evening, but it's fine. At least I pretend like I'm staying busy. What did I get? Cool, I'm equipping it. That's neat. One more roll. 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. What? Oh, she skips these. Okay. That's fine. Actually, I like those rules. That means I kind of guaranteed to get everything. Cool. Let's play one more match. And we'll call it a night there. By the Eye of Avocado. I like that they're selling like this, but like no skin. There's not even like a Captain America like or Falcon hero in this game. It's cool that they do it, but I feel like not a lot of people are getting this. It might look cool to some, just... Player 288 going hard tonight. Yeah, I'm hiding everyone's names. Because I'm playing on Steam, so their Steam names are there. And Steam doesn't exactly, hide the weird ones. God forbid someone has like a weird or like inappropriate name. I don't want that on stream, so I'd rather just like do this. I get the weird names in League or Valorant. But yeah, what was I even saying? Oh yeah, so I have a problem with this game. I don't know if it's fixed or not, but when the game... People have zero filter on team shooters. Yep. Especially PvP ones. But when the game launched, I really like how the game works, but it threw me off that the game would just shut itself down after a few matches. I didn't know why. It would just crash. It would crash like mid-game, which was like the most frustrating part, and it was always like 3-4 rounds into the game. I don't know if there was like a memory leak or something. I don't know, but like I have a beefy computer. Even like memory leaks, I can probably handle them a lot longer than like 5 rounds. So I'm like, I wasn't exactly happy. Like I got it back into Marvel Rivals recently, so I'm hoping it's kind of fixed and I can play this for a proper like stream duration. Hopefully. I know 2 other people that had that same issue. I think it's fixed now. Oh god, I hope. Because then I can actually enjoy the game. I can actually just play it and farm it for a bit. God knows I'm not in the mood to go back to League right now, because League upset me today. because I am a Shaco player, and they released the most atrocious legendary skin. Of all the themes they could have given Shaco, the first legendary Shaco skin is cat Shaco. That's it. You're a cat. You're 3 cats in pajamas, and you have a fish for a knife. That's cool, I guess. It is the goofiest, cartooniest thing ever. I'll probably still get it as a Shaco player, but by golly, I'm not going to be happy about it. I am not going to be happy about it. Or I'll just stop playing Shaco, honestly. Because I cannot bring myself to like that skin. And it's like the first legendary one for Shaco. The first one. Shaco has been in the roster since Alpha. It was one of the first like 26 champions in this game. I hear poor. I wanted to make a portal, but I for some reason I cannot. I cannot make a portal here? Oh no, I can. Come on. Maybe. I don't know. They're already past us. It's like, I don't know what I'm doing. What is this? Yeah, I ain't dealing with this. I need to protect my own. I am griefing this match. We got 2 tanks. Yeah, I am hella griefing this right now. Oh no. You shouldn't be trying to meme. God damn it. I already got the vehicle. Oh, shit. What? Oh my god, I turned away for 2 seconds, everyone dies behind me. I am not holding this on my own. Oh no. Okay, good healers here. Come on. Oh no. Fuck. No. Might need something a bit more beefier. Eye of Avocado is just not working right now. Come on, heal, heal, heal. I kind of grieved this match at the very start. I gave them way too much leeway. They were basically... we had 1 tank defending. Oh no. Oh no. Yeah, this is going very bad. Let's try Eye of Avocado one more time. The Spider-Man also messed up your backline. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. But like I kind of griefed my team at their start. They should not have gotten to the Panther to begin with. We got Magneto. Magneto's cool. He looks cool in this game. I don't like that he's constantly flying. Come on, let's go. Gotta protect the healers. Where's my team? Please tell me they're at least pushing while I'm doing this. Where's the rest of my team? Just gonna protect my healer. At least, like, right now, that's my one role. Oh no. I've seen like 2-3 people from my team. I'm very confused. What is happening? There's Scarlet Witch. There's Magneto. Okay, I see 3 people in front of me. Are we just kind of going in one by one and dying? Is that what's happening here? Initiate surrender. Can you not? Just push. My team is here, right? Nah, we ain't winning this. Our team is just not pushing. They're either fighting somewhere one by one or just not pushing. I got the Eye of Avocado, I can do something. Come on. Fuck. I created some space, but why is my healer right next to me? Oh no! No! Oh! We are just not pushing, like, at all. Holy shit. 1 by 1 dying. Yeah, seems like it. Oh well, it is what it is. It is what it is. Not my game. Eye of Avocado did not protect me there. 0-3. Oh god, they're so painful. I'm pretty sure the MVP is the Spider-Man killing all of my healers behind me. Because it's definitely not anyone on our team. Can I check the enemy team MVP? Probably not. Oh well. Oh well, it is what it is. Unfortunate game, yeah. It was definitely more than just unfortunate. Right, I'm gonna stop streaming here for the day. Well, not a very productive stream. We did react to a couple of videos, but we couldn't fill any party finder groups. Unfortunately, we'll probably try to fill them in 7.2. I don't know if I'll try tomorrow. I'm not streaming tomorrow, but I will try to fill a party finder group. I also got Savage Trials tomorrow, so I don't want to stream those. Not yet, at least. On Thursday, we will be streaming either Marvel Rivals or, I don't know, might even play League, honestly, at this point. If 14 is going to be this quiet. We will have to see. Have a night, Foxman. I'm a wolf boy. I'm a jackal. God damn it. Also, I'm getting a bunny ear soon as well. I'm gonna metamorph into something weirder. But I appreciate you guys hanging out with me, both on Twitch and YouTube. Everybody have a good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. Be kind to yourself. And remember, things are gonna get better. They will. They always do. We don't have a choice. They're gonna get us.